Grand Rising, everybody. Welcome to Evolving Sylvia's channel. Please like, share, subscribe, smash the like button if you want to. If you feel that aggressive, smash it. If you don't, just like it. So another Sloan Bella video. I've been agreeing with this more and more and more and more. We are trapped here. We are gridded here and reused like cows in a farm. We have this illusion that we're free and we have free will and blah, blah, blah. I did not question this until Caleb died. 25 years old. What was his purpose? What is the lesson that he had to learn? What is my lesson? Just like she says over and over again, child porn, child trafficking, why are these children? Why are children born with cancer? Why? Who learns a lesson from that? What kid learns a lesson from having their face bashed in? What kid learns a lesson from being abandoned? What kid learns lessons from this stuff? Who learns these lessons? I have patients that literally can't move from the day they are born. They're on a ventilator. They're born. They never move. Some of them never leave their bedrooms. I'm not their mother. But yet most of the time their mothers, out of guilt and shame and everything else, don't hang around. What are these children supposed to learn from being here? I'm not learning nothing. They're not my children. I take care of them. I go home and I take care of my own. I'm here. The bonding has to stay separate. Otherwise, you can't do your work. You can't do it. It don't function that way. You can't do it. It's like going into a house and cleaning their house and pretending that that's your house while you're there. Oh, I'm going to pretend and clean. And then you sit down and start watching TV and the family comes home and says, hey, what the hell are you doing? Yeah, you can't do that. It's not your house. This is not my person. The lizard is pooping and it sounds really weird. But anyway, I digress. I totally agree. I think it's evil that we have no memories. How do we learn? Just like she said, and I've been repeating this, how do we learn anything? How do we learn a lesson if we never knew the circumstances which to learn that lesson from? You go to jail because you murdered somebody. You're learning a lesson, right? So your consequence to murdering someone is going to jail. You touch a hot stove, you burn yourself. You learn a lesson that's painful. You learn a lesson to not drink and drive because you got a ticket and now you have to pay a price. You learn a lesson to not get married again because your husband cheated. And you're like, nope, no more. You learn a lesson. What lessons do we learn on this planet if you never have a memory from before? So let's say that you get married and then your husband cheats. Then you go get married again, but him cheating is deleted out of your head. So then you could possibly marry the same dude, let alone marry the same type of man if you go from life to life to life to life and reincarnate, what lessons are you learning? All you're doing is building karma. We are a farm. We are put on here like cows. And then, isn't it weird? Because we never let the cows out. We just massively eat these cows. What's eating us? What's eating our energy? I mean, they come out with UFOs this weekend. Well, like Sloan said, maybe they found my face on a milk carton. Maybe they did, because they need to take me home, out of this gridded planet. Astral Assassins does this really well. So she has a birth and death portal. So you're born and you're dead, and all these things happen in the astral. I think that shit is what's keeping people trapped here and putting you right back into this life cycle. And you're deleted. And I think deleted these memories for a purpose so you don't dispute this. So you fall for the same. It's Munchausen by proxy. Munchausen proxy. So somebody has told you to feel this way, and this is how you feel. So we're gaslit into thinking that, we're here to learn a lesson. We're gaslit into spirituality to think that it's okay to be treated this way. It's okay to have on one side of the road abuse, but we're going to sit over here and meditate on this side and be all happy and larky while this side is being like raped and pillaged. We're gaslit into believing that we're reincarnated and that we're supposed to be learning lessons so that we can remain submissive. But the thing of it is that you're still living off that energy. They're still living off the energy of the world. Everything is energy. Okay, so heaven and hell in the Bible, whatever that may be, or Jesus, whatever that may be. Looking outside yourself. So he plants fear. What's fear? It's a negative vibe. You're always afraid. Oh my God, if I do this wrong, then I'm going to hell. Well, dude, we're all going to hell because there's nobody perfect on this planet. So why don't you question that? Why are we being gaslit into believing these things? Why are we being gaslit into believing that we go out of outer space? Why are we being gaslit into believing that now UFOs are coming here? Why are we being gaslit into thinking that these Holly weirdos are saviors and can tell us what to do with ourselves? Why are we being gaslit? Because we're cows in a farm and we must not go past the fence. We must not understand. And for that to happen, we are living off their energy and they're recycling us. It's the only thing that makes sense anymore. It's the only thing that really makes sense. Now, the quantum physics and the high vibe, it works. It's pulling in other things to your life instead of... but it's a struggle because even though you're on this planet and we try to remain at a higher vibe, and so these other things are continuing to exist, but not within our realm. Are we wrong or are we right? Because we're still not getting rid of child porn in my realm. So let's say that in my mind, I'm vibing high on 4D, so there's no child porn in my world. But I go out my front door and I'm bombarded by that for a little while, and then I go back into my little realm. How do I deal with that? How is that reality segmented? I mean, isn't that like some form of psychosis? I don't know. Because like I can't stand that animals are eaten or abused. I can't stand that. I don't want to be around it. I think it's disgusting. I think that if you think of God as you and the life source are in animals, how can you do these things to animals? How can you eat animals? How can somebody drive down the road and want to save a dog but not save the cow in the pasture? Because there's no difference. Or the lizard that's behind me. The lizard shouldn't be in a cage. Why is the damn lizard in a cage? Why isn't it free? Why do we find this? Yeah, this is the whole... So now it sucked me down to 3D because why is that? Instantly, I'm driving down the road this morning and I see a dog with a blue collar and it's dead. Somebody hit it. It's dead. I have to drive to work. I am heartbroken. Then I see a possum. Then I see a deer on the road and I'm just heartbroken. And it feels such a tremendous, Is that my karma? Is that my lesson to learn that animals have feelings on this? What is that? What is that? So I'm 4Ding it when I get out of bed. I'm all happy and, 4D vibe. And then I get in my car and 5 minutes down the road, I see a dead dog. Then I see a dead possum. Then I see one after the other. Am I manifesting this? And for what purpose? And what lesson do I have to see these dogs as I'm driving to work? What is this purpose? What is this lesson? Or is this the lesson that Sylvia needs to be slapped into fear or frustration or sadness or anger to feed off her? Your whole entire existence. From the beginning to the end of your existence. And I know Sloan is, I'm telling you, I totally agree. And I have never, ever, I was just as convinced about having faith and keeping the vibe high up until Caleb died. 25 years old, goes home and goes to bed. What lesson do I have to learn from this? I keep asking this. What lesson? What lesson? What lesson? What lesson? Oh, you can't cry unless you've loved. What is that lesson? I'm not depressed. Of course I cry over him probably almost every day, and I watch my son, his heart is broken. But I'm not depressed over it. I'm not like crawling in a hole and covering myself up with dirt. No, I want to understand. I really want to understand. And this has clearly opened up my eyes to a whole existence beyond this planet. I think there's an ecosystem that happens. I think there's something bigger than us that eats off us. And then something eats off them. And it's a continual basis. Or she might be right. Humans are fighting a spiritual battle on this planet to get rid of the negativity that is on here. And we don't know how it all works. And they've trapped us here unbeknownst to us. And we are now waking up and going, fuck that shit. I don't want to be trapped here. I know when I was younger, probably in my mid-30s, I got that I will never come to this planet again. This is my last existence on this planet. My son, also the one, Noah. Now the other two, Alora and Logan, will come back. But I won't. I won't, and Noah won't. Now, where do we go? Where do we go? Where do we go? Is it because that I'm waking up to the whole idea? Well, my daughter's more awake than my Noah. To all the crapola, and nothing is real. She still falls for, like, maybe there's aliens that are out there. Maybe there are. Who knows? You know, but we're just so utterly bamboozled by Munchausen proxy on this planet. They tell us this and then we feel it. They tell us this and then we feel it. They tell us, go get tested by this at the doctor's office. And what do? We go do it. Not by our own brains, but because we're told. Munchausen by proxy. Dee Dee, the lady that did that to her daughter, told her daughter that she was a handicapped, leukemia-placed child. And her daughter believed that until her daughter, woke up and killed her mother. Then her daughter went to jail. For what? For being lied to and used her whole entire life? There's a case. One of my friends from a long time ago. So the daughter, one of the kids that were killed a couple of years ago, she is my nephew's ex-girlfriend's ex-girlfriend. She's the mother of my great nephew. She died. Something happened to her, which was a little iffy. Fell over pregnant in her own home, 3 a.m., whatever. The placenta previa at birth, she died that night. And then her baby died 2 weeks later. And that was in March, and she was due in April. That baby should have been viable, right? If the boyfriend would have called. But anyway, I digress. Now, where was I going with this? I can't even remember. Oh, her sister had a baby, the same. So the daughter, Alexandria, died or was born March 11th, or she died March 10th. So March 10th, she was born. So then the other daughter had a baby 3 days later. And now he's 3 or 2.5. He'll be 3 in March, I think. So he's way over. He'll be 3. So his dad is this abusive man, supposedly. Well, I think they're both sort of on the weirdo side. But he has 2 daughters by another woman. So the daughters started cutting themselves and saying they were touched. Well, that was a lie, but they still cut. So they go to the court. These girls are 11 and 10, or 12 and 11. So they're in front of the judge, and just because they wrote a letter, the judge said that they don't have to go back to their dads. But the 2-year-old boy has to. Now, what kind of beast system fucked up shit is that? Because the judge will take the daughters who can defend themselves, but the little boy who's 2 can't defend himself, has to go back to his dad without any further investigation. And you know what the judge said? The judge said that if those 2 girls wouldn't have filed suit, but she would have filed suit, they wouldn't even have listened to it. That don't even make sense to me. They're brothers and sisters. If it's happening to them, why isn't it happening to him? If you're going to take them out, take him out. What? What kind of judge fuckery is this? But little 2-year-old can go over there and be choked to death, or be neglected, or fall out of the truck, supposedly, or be bruised, and never to be seen again. But he has a lesson to learn. I don't know. To me, I think the judge has put too much of his own emotional bullshit into it, because by thinking as a normal person, if the 2 older girls are being abused, and they've proven that enough that the judge is taking away their parental rights, what is wrong with the little boy? Don't you think the little boy has an indication of being abused, or he doesn't become abusive while his little boy is there? So he's sane while his little boy is there, but insane when his girls are there. And there's a lesson in this. What lesson is this? That the girl, the ex-girlfriend should have never had a baby with him? Well, of course. But he's here. It's too late. Protect the children. Protect the children from the judges who are crazy. I mean, the dad has every right. Why didn't they go with supervised visits? Supervised visits for the girls and the boy. I mean, there's questionable abuse. What lessons? So I'm supposed to sit in my house and be all zenny and high vibe it. Pretend that this never has come in. Why is this coming into my existence? Why is this happening to my daughter? Because she's calling my daughter and crying because she's scared now for her 2-year-old. And then my daughter is calling me and telling me about this. What is this? What is the lesson? What is the lesson with Caleb? We are so gaslit into believing that this is true. Now, beyond this, I don't know. It's like my reaction. What is my reaction to this? I have to tell my daughter to be calm and to relax. I have to continually tell myself, oh, it's time to do yoga, to release this energy But what lesson does the little boy have to learn? Was he a murderer in the previous life and now he's going to be murdered in this life? Is that the karma? But how do we know that if we never have memories? Sloan, with Caleb and Sloan, I think this is absolutely right. And now, coming to this realization, is that what releases you from this planet, this realization? Or do we have to get rid of all of this satanic abuse or this negative abuse on this planet? How do we get rid of all of this? How? My reaction to a little boy being hurt. Do I walk away? Pretend it doesn't exist? Or do I put my energy into it? I mean, you tell me. Give me some freaking answers, because I don't know this part. I don't even know how to get past Caleb, because I can't feel Caleb's energy. Where the hell did Caleb go? And why? The ME, no reasons. No reasons. No reasons. I love you, Caleb. I love you, Logan. I love you, Scott. I love my mom. I love you all, wherever you may be. In my heart, you exist every day. Every day. My daughter, Morgan. All y'all. Benita, who got beaten and left 3 kids behind after her boyfriend shot himself in front of his 3 kids. to her, to the boy that dated my daughter's best friend and married her and then died in a random drunk driving accident where the lady pushed him through at noon in traffic. What lessons? Where her father randomly died of a heart attack in the middle of a day. What lessons? What lessons? What lessons? And nobody can tell me otherwise. I don't care. I don't care anymore. Bye. Please like, share, subscribe. And if you ever check out Randonautica, my other videos, Randonautica, that's a questionable thing. I'm still not getting it. I'm still not getting Randonautica. Still not getting it. I don't know about that. Bye.